Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So, the Uniparty is at it again with their reckless, ridiculous spending, and so many Republicans, once again, are just caving in. They're being cowards. They're giving the Democrats literally everything that they want, and it's a massive, massive problem. And this has been going on for quite some time now. During the Biden administration, it was happening under Speaker Kevin McCarthy, and it has continued to happen under Speaker Mike Johnson because Republicans have failed to really grow a spine. And really, as somebody who did have high hopes for Mike Johnson, he's kind of become a problem, mainly because he's too nice. He's giving Biden basically everything that Biden wants. And honestly, you could make the case that under a Trump presidency, he could improve, but a lot of people are turning on him for very valid reasons because of this ridiculous spending bill. And Donald Trump himself is coming out in full force, which we didn't see that much during Donald Trump's first term. But now, not only is he back in the spotlight, but in terms of the electoral politics angle of it, him and Elon Musk, they are threatening to primary people who happen to just cave in to the Uniparty line, and that is a very, very positive development, and we're going to be getting into some of it more, what's in this ridiculous spending bill, and why this is a really good thing that Donald Trump is doing this. But first, a word about our latest sponsor at Orion Metals. America, listen up. Are you tired of watching the government gamble with your hard-earned retirement savings? Inflation's out of control, the national debt keeps climbing, and foreign powers like BRICS and illegal immigration are pushing the US dollar weaker and pushing the cost of everyday goods higher. Here's the kicker, though. During Trump's first term, gold prices skyrocketed. They doubled in value. That's right, gold doubled. What if it happens again? Are your retirement savings ready to handle what's coming? This is why you need Orion Metal Exchange. They're America's highest rated precious metals IRA by Retirement Living, and they give you more metal for your money. Imagine converting your IRA or 401k into gold and silver, real physical wealth that you can count on no matter what. Don't wait until it's too late. Take control of your future today. Call Orion Metal Exchange now at 888-625-8775 and get your free investor's guide. It is packed with the information you need to protect your retirement savings. You've worked too hard to leave your future up to chance. Call 888-625-8775. Do it now. Orion Metal Exchange is here to help you secure your wealth and stand strong as a proud conservative American. Now back to the video. Okay, so Elon Musk tweeted this out. He said any member of the House or Senate who votes for this outrageous spending bill deserves to be voted out in 2 years. And it's 100% true. And you have people that are representing these districts that are R plus 30, R plus 40, R plus 50, that are voting to give Biden everything that Biden wants. That is a massive problem. You don't see that on the left. You don't see Democrats in safe blue districts, giving Donald Trump anything. You don't even see Democrats in swing districts or even red districts or Trump districts giving Donald Trump anything. But then these people in these deep red districts, they're giving Biden everything in the final hour of his presidency, essentially. Like, there's no reason to do this. There is no reason to do this. You clearly have a government that you want to fund. You want to fund certain elements of it. That's true. You want disaster relief, fine. Then pass a disaster relief bill that is not bloated with woke nonsense. Like, it's that simple. Or just inefficient government spending that's just going to be going to things that do not benefit the American people. That's not populistic. Spending in general is not populist. That is not how it works. Some people will say, well, they should be spending. But then these are the same people that talk out of their mouth the other way and say, oh, Trump is going to be driving up the debt or something like that, whatever. But Donald Trump himself putting this statement out, saying that if Republicans try to pass a clean continuing resolution without all the Democrat bells and whistles, which is exactly what they are. It's pork. It's filled with pork. It'll be destructive to the country. And after January 20th, it'll bring the mess of the debt limit into the Trump administration rather than allowing it to take place in the Biden administration. So Trump is somebody who understands power and politics and things of the sort better than a lot of Republicans who are in Congress. And then he says any Republican that would be so stupid as to do this should and will be be primaried. Everything should be done and fully negotiated prior to my taking office on January 20th, 2025. So basically, they're going to stick Trump with this massive problem in terms of the debt limit instead of allowing it to take place in this Congress, for one. And for two, it's reckless spending that does not do the country any good. And there was a thread that was put out by Nancy Mace on this that talked about some of the more ridiculous things in this bill. And it's 1,600 pages long. And the last bill covered more days, but was only 21 pages long. You see why this is a problem. Like, just pass the basic standalone bills, get it done. They don't want to do that. They want to fill it with all this pork for their donors, for one thing or another. You know, it's true there's a lot of money in hurricane disaster relief, but you shouldn't need that to keep the government open. It should be a standalone bill. Instead, they want to spend $3 million on molasses inspections. Like, who does that benefit? Why? Like, will that even come into effect? Probably not, given how inefficient the government allocates the spending. But why do we need to be spending millions of dollars on inspecting molasses? We really don't. And there's plenty of other things in this bill. You know, you can do some of these things like the subsidies with, you know, not having to keep the government open, for one, and then it funds things like censorship, and it funds things such as exemptions for members of Congress for having to enroll in Obamacare, things like that, things that basically are trying to raise the individual pay of the members of Congress. At this time, it's a bad look. Everybody knows it, and that doesn't even get to the whole woke nonsense stuff about it. You talk about what else is in the bill. They change up the words. Oh, it's individuals experiencing homelessness. They can't say homeless people. Then they say children experiencing homelessness. Out of school youth is now opportunity youth. No, they're out. If you're out of school, you don't really have that. You know, you're not engaging in the opportunities. I don't know why they would even decide to call them that. But these people, you think wokeness is on its way out, but then you have people that are Republicans in Congress who are voting for this bill that is filled with woke nonsense. And they're going to foot the bill on Trump in terms of the debt limit because of it, because it's such a ridiculous, bloated spending bill that they're only going to cause more problems for Donald Trump in his second term. Like, they don't understand politics. Like, if the government has to be shut down, so be it. The government will come back. It'll come back in a couple months with a real president for once. How does that sound? Low-skilled adults is now foundational skill needs. It's like these people. Criminal offender. Remember, Trump was the convicted felon. Now they're changing it to justice-involved individual, which we've seen that before. But it's like these are the same people they said for months. Trump's a felon. Now it's like, oh no, these are justice-impacted. I've seen justice-involved, justice-impacted individuals. And then there's 553 pages related to healthcare policy. And again, none of it has to do with keeping the government open. These should be standalone bills. If you want your regular CR, pass it without the pork. Plain and simple. You shouldn't need to pass a lot of this stuff and just shove everything in the same bill. It's extraordinarily bloated. There's so much woke stuff in it. You're talking about billions upon billions of dollars just running up the debt. It's a major problem. And they're really just trying to stick Trump with the problems that are going to come from that in a couple of months, and we can't really allow that to happen. We just can't. And I like this notion that everybody should be at least threatened with a primary challenge, because can you primary everybody who, votes the wrong way on a certain bill? I mean, it's an important vote for sure. I'm not trying to take that away. You probably realistically can't. But the mere threat of a primary challenge, we've seen what it's done to certain people. Even Nancy Mace herself, who wrote that thread, has seen a massive improvement in her voting record ever since she was primary challenged with the Trump-backed challenger that she just barely ended up beating by, the skin of her teeth back in 2022. But you kind of see what happens. Primary challenges, even if they're not successful, if you give somebody a run for their money, they fall in line. We're seeing that with Tom Tillis in North Carolina. Just because people are talking about it, now he's saying, yeah, without exception, I'm going to confirm every single Trump appointee. That doesn't mean that that's going to be good enough to say, okay, don't primary this guy. But what it does show is that if you can keep up the pressure, the establishment will fall in line. You will will become the new establishment. We've seen this time and time again. We have the power as individuals, and now you have people like Elon Musk, who's very powerful, but still he has anti-establishmentarian at the same time. He wants to reform the establishment, make it more in line with common sense with the American people. Donald Trump and his entire team, they want to do the same thing. And as a result, you can't have these ridiculous spending bills, especially when Donald Trump helped campaign on and win on government efficiency. Campaigning with Elon Musk, it was very apparent that Elon would be in charge of, auditing the government, basically making sure we can cut wasteful spending. He campaigned on it, and it's time he delivers. And it's going to be a lot harder for him to deliver if this is what Congress is going to do. Like every time you spend, once you spend a set amount on these wasteful spending bills, usually they want more, you spend more, you get more in debt. It's a major problem. So the adults need to come back. They're going to be in charge, and that includes of both parties. They're going to be the ones that have to babysit Congress and make sure people fall in line, even if it means primary challenging. So will this bill fail? It's entirely possible. We'll really just have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.